Welcome into Sports Connection. Sitting here with us is BGKY Boxing right here at a Bowling Green, who will be competing in their BGKY Summer Championships next week, July 15th, at the Sloan Convention Center. Guys, thank you for joining us this week. Up top, we have Mr. Zhock Mason, the owner and trainer at BGKY Boxing. And here, right beside me, is Mr. Tony Music and Mr. Tristan T. Applewhite. Fellas, how y'all doing today?
Good.
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. I'm good. So, I'll just ask you, ahead of next week, how y'all feeling right now?
Pretty good.
Feeling good, ready.
Y'all ready to go? Yes, sir. It's fight week, almost less than a week away from it. We're getting close to it, but we'll start off get to know y'all first with you, Tony. What made you get into boxing and want to do this?
Well, when I was younger, me and my dad just always watched combat sports, MMA, boxing, all that stuff. And as I grew up, I wanted to try it, so I came to BGKY Boxing and fell in love with it, and I'm still going.
That's for sure. Tristan, man, what's your story?
I was playing football, and then COVID hit, and so I couldn't play football, and so then I just started doing this, and then during doing this, I started having fun, and then my dad passed away, so it just helped me with my anger, and I kept going.
Now, Zhock, for you, man, being the owner and the trainer of these guys, you have multiple guys that you train and get ready for these events. When they come to you, what do you tell them to not even just to sell them on it, but to, tell them how to get involved with all this and how they can, get the best potential out of themselves?
If somebody wants to be competitive with it, I just let them know to work hard, be consistent, and it's not going to be easy. So and just be disciplined. It takes a lot of focus and a lot of discipline. Consistency and hard work. So if they really want to do it, I just let them know to be ready to work, really, really hard for it.
Coming out with the music man, let's start with him. He'll be making music coming fight night. I bet you're looking forward to it. Enjoy both of your stories on how you got into the sport. I don't know how many fights each of you've had, but I'll start with you, music. Have you had any knockouts yet?
No knockouts yet, but I'm planning to get one July 15th.
Ooh. What about you? Applewhite.
I've had maybe 1 or 2 stoppages, and I'm planning on getting a knockout July 15th.
I like it.
Yes, sir. I've seen both of these two fight before at the Fall Championships back in October, I believe. So I've seen y'all in the ring. I've seen what y'all can do. So I'm looking forward to seeing it again next week. What's your all's preparation like heading into a fight, and how do you get into that zone and get ready?
Just a whole lot of hard work, showing up. Just do what you have to do, mentally, physically, to be ready for the fight.
Eat healthy and just you want to make sure you're still in shape for your fight, and you don't want to hurt yourself or anything.
Now, Zhock, for you, when you're getting ready to make these fights for these guys and preparing them in that way, what is your checklist like as you head into okay, this is what we have to do for this specific fight, or this is what we have to do before each fight, or something like that? What is your checklist that you go through between every single event?
Always focus and always bring it back, no matter how long you've been doing it, to fundamentals. Of course, you got to get in shape, so we'll do a lot of running to get back ready for a fight. And then the sparring, we've done a lot of sparring. You always want to do sparring for you, get ready to take a fight. But we did a lot of sparring leading up to this fight. We've been to probably 7 or 8 different gyms in the last 6 weeks and just traveling. So the guys had a lot of preparation in that department too, getting ready.
Jock, where do you get your resource for diet? You tell these guys, is it an individual plan? Because I guess everybody eats different things and this or that, but how involved are you with your teams on those type things like diet and conditioning, those sort of things?
We communicate a lot about it, and we talk about it every day. If somebody comes in with something that's not healthy, then they're going to hear about it from not just me, but everybody in the gym. They drink a lot of water. How hot it is, it's been a record summer heat, and it's even hotter in the gym. So you're drinking so much water. It's almost 90-something% water diet. But as far as the food, just I just tell them to stay away from the processed stuff, the bag stuff. Just want to eat good food. You want to eat eggs, rice, chicken, and a lot of fruits and vegetables, and just drink a ton of water in the summer.
Boys, the last time I saw you all was that Fall Championship back in October. I'm sure you've had a fight or two maybe since then, but what do you take away from your fights? Between how many fights have you ever done? What do you take away from each fight that that you can learn from or use in the next fight?
It's all experience. Every fight you have, you gain more experience with it. You learn what you can pull off in the fight and what you can't. And that's really it. It's all experience.
I always after I fight, I always want to watch over it, review it, see what I can do better. And if I lose, I always take it as a lesson. So I go over and watch it over and over again, so I get it right the next time.
I think you learn more with the loss, Zhock, than you do with the win. You know, things went your way. They don't always go your way. So when you're out there in the ring, I mean, you clear your head before and you're just focusing on the other guy.
I like to clear my head, but it's different for everybody else. I just like to go in there straight mind, focused on my opponent, and that's it. Nothing else goes through my head.
Same thing as him. I like to clear my mind. Before fights, I listen to music, just relax myself, think about the fight, how I'm gonna come out.
We're down to the last 5-6 days before the fight. You know, what's your week ahead look like as you're heading into Saturday? What does the fight night week for you all look like?
I'm trying to cut the last few pounds, but other than that, it's real chill. Fight week's real chill. Just warming up your body for the fight.
Staying in shape, staying warmed, and just being ready.
You know, going into the fight, what are you all hoping? Do you have any personal goals or personal expectations for yourself that you I want to make sure I do this, this, and this? Not particularly in terms of who you're fighting. Studying your opponent is obviously important and all that. But do you have your own personal goals that you want to get out of it this week? Obviously, besides the win.
Yeah, I want to sleep this dude. I want to knock this guy out. That's it.
I fought this guy before and I beat him, so this time I feel like I can get a knockout this time.
For sure, absolutely. I love hearing that, Brian.
I do too. And the other thing that amazes me, Caden, in this whole thing is since I've got to know Zhock over there, I mean, it amazes me that these young kids are taking on this sport, because when I grew up, this sport was booming. You know, it was Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray. You know, I grew up through all that era. Boxing was huge. You know, it was Friday nights. It took it over. That's been gone for a while, Zhock, and you're able to get the juices flowing again, if you will. And how excited are you to get to see this stuff culminate when it is a big fight weekend?
I'm more excited for this show than I have been for any other show that we put together. It just gets, I don't know, it seems like a perfect storm for this show. Between the fighters that we have fighting on it, just kind of the energy and the buzz around the boxing community around it. I'm just super excited. I'm kind of like a kid in the candy store. In the last week of the show, a lot of little things change and we put a lot of things together. So I'm just excited, man. I'm most excited for this one.
Absolutely, absolutely. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see y'all boys in action again. Thank you for joining us here. But once again, don't go anywhere. We have more BGKY boxing right after the break right here on Sports Connection.